Hey, it's Chef Evelyn, and today I wanted to do this video to talk about 5 signs that you're marketing your business incorrectly on social media. One of the biggest questions that I've been asked over the years as I've been coaching and consulting with chefs in their businesses is, how do I market my business? How do I market my business online? Even more specifically, how do I market my business on social media? And there are a lot of ways that you can do that. However, there are some indicators that the way you may have chosen to market your business aren't really going to get you the results that you're looking for. So let's just jump right into it. So the first sign that you may be marketing your business incorrectly on social media is that people get in your comments and they're like, "Ooh, I want the recipe." Now, that may not sound like that's an issue, right? Like you may have posted something that looks really delicious, it's really appetizing to people, and people are like, "Ooh, give me the link to the recipe. Where's the recipe? I want the recipe." And here's the thing, if you were a food blogger, that's exactly what you want. But people who want the recipe are the kind of people who want to go and make it themselves. They are not the people who are looking to pay for a chef to do it for them, whether you're doing catering, whether you're doing meal prep, whether you're doing dinner parties or personal chefing or anything like that. So if you find that more often than not, people are in your comments asking for the recipe versus asking for the link on how they can find out more about your services, when can they purchase that from you, how can they book you, that is a sign that the kind of content and the marketing strategies and tactics that you've chosen may not be bringing in the kind of results or the kind of potential clients that you're looking for. Let's go into the next one, right? Which is similar, but a little bit different. So the second way or the second sign that you might be marketing your chef business incorrectly on social media is that people keep asking you for a cookbook. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with the cookbook, right? There's nothing wrong with people asking for a cookbook. And it may feel good, like, wow, people really, want my recipes. They really, they look at my food and they find it appetizing. They want to have a version of it for themselves. And if you were a food content creator or your main focus was to create a cookbook, then this would be fantastic. But this means that you're attracting the kind of people who, again, aren't interested in looking to book your services. They are looking to make it themselves. So you may be attracting clientele who have no need of your services, have no desire of your services. Maybe they aren't in the vicinity to, avail your services, right? Because of the kind of content that you are creating. Let's go into the third sign. Now, this is a sign that's more about you and less about the kind of comments or the engagement that you're getting on social media. If you find yourself doing a lot of cooking tutorials and feeling like you're a food content creator, then you're probably marketing your chef business incorrectly. And again, this is just another variation of the first two. If I'm looking to book a caterer, I don't care about your cooking tutorial, right? Like if I'm looking to book a personal chef, let's say your ideal clients are like busy professional parents, they're not watching cooking tutorials to learn how to make it. They don't have the time or they don't have the desire. But here's the challenge. You're probably asking yourself, but then what do I post, right? Because it's like, well, all you probably see is other, people in the food space, they're sharing cooking tutorials, they're sharing their recipes, they're sharing things like that. And that looks like marketing because you're like, well, something is better than nothing. And again, you have to think about what is the kind of content that I'm going to create that's going to attract the kind of people who need, want, and can afford my services. Okay. So if you find yourself doing a lot of cooking tutorials, the same thing. If you also find yourself sharing a lot of tips on cooking, storing ingredients, things like that, a lot of educational content, a lot of how-to content. Again, you're not a food content creator. You are creating marketing content. And let me put this little disclaimer in here. When people say they are a content creator, there is a word that's missing from that title. They are a content marketing content creator. And let me explain what I mean. Let's say someone is a traditional food blogger, right? Shout out to the food bloggers out there. The food blogs and the food content that they create is for marketing. They are either marketing that recipe to grow their community so that they can show their analytics to a brand. So this is like a running portfolio so that they can get brand partnerships. They are either posting that recipe to get impressions to their website up, website clicks, get their social media stats up, following, right? So that they can sell their services of creating content to a company. So instead of getting a brand deal where they're creating stuff on their page, maybe they want to show like, hey, look at the kind of recipes and the engagement that I get. I can create this for your company. Or they are creating content to promote other people's products and services through affiliate links, right? So now they're using that recipe, that cooking tutorial, okay, to promote that whisk, that knife, that air fryer, whatever the case may be. That recipe that they're sharing is marketing content for people to click on the link, okay? Or they're creating their marketing content to get people to view the ads that are on their blog, right? So it's no different than a TV show on traditional television. They're going to create content to get the viewership up so they can sell ad space on their network. So this idea that you're a content creator, you are a marketing content creator, or you create marketing content. You are a chef that either owns a catering company or a meal prep business, or you do dinner parties, or you're a personal chef, and you, as part of running your business, create marketing content to sell your own services. I know. So I just had to clarify that, because sometimes, people are like, I don't want to be a content creator, and you're not. But as your job, as the owner of your company, and if you've decided to use social media to market your business, then you are creating marketing content, which is why posting recipes, cooking tutorials, educational tips, how to is not going to sell your products and services, because who you're trying to attract and what you're trying to sell is different than a food blogger. Okay. And then the last sign that you might be marketing your chef business incorrectly on social media is that you're posting pictures of food, hoping and praying that somebody will click through to your profile, to the link in your bio, to your website, to your contact form, or however you have people book you, fill out whatever information you need to know, book a call with you, all because you posted a really delicious picture of food online. I call it posting and praying, okay? I'm going to post this picture of a plate, and I'm going to pray that somebody goes through those 7 or 8 steps to book with me, right? I mean, it gives a whole new meaning to a wing and a prayer. I'm sorry. I know that's so corny, right? But it's like, okay, people in this day and age get to see pictures of delicious food all the time. They're going to tap it and keep going, right? Or they're going to comment recipe. They're not even going to say, oh my gosh, this looks delicious. Do you mind sharing the recipe? The food blogging culture is so pervasive. They might just type a recipe in the comments wanting to get a recipe from you. And you're like, that's not even what I do, right? But if you're just posting pictures of your food and hoping people are going to jump over all those hurdles to get to you, that's not the most effective marketing strategy. And here's the thing. I don't want you to beat yourself up about it, because you probably are like, well, I didn't know what to post, right? What do I post? Because if you probably go on social media and you're trying to, or even on a YouTube like this channel or Google, and you look it up like how to market my chef business, you're probably going to get a lot of tips that are about sharing cooking tutorials and sharing recipes, right? Or you're going to get a lot of things that are going to tell you to promote your business, but it's geared towards food trucks and restaurants and more brick and mortar establishments. Or maybe you're following some marketing people, these marketing coaches and gurus on the internet, and they're telling you to post X amount of times a day and do X, Y, and Z, yet they've never sold food services and they don't even really know what kind of content applies, or what kind of marketing messages need to go out specifically for your industry, right? They've never sold food services. They don't know how to do that. They know how to create online marketing content for like courses and coaching and things like that, but they don't know how to translate what they know about marketing, because they probably know tactics and not a strategy. But that's a conversation for another day, right? They may not necessarily know how to translate what they've done in their own business and make it applicable to an industry that has its own idiosyncrasies. And that doesn't make them bad people. It just makes them, this is not their wheelhouse. This is not what they're known for, what they're good at. And that is why I created the Chef social media marketing guide specifically for caterers, personal chefs, people who do meal prep, and people who do dinner parties, because I was like, there's this huge gap in the marketplace of things to share about your business on social media when you're trying to sell a service and you're not a copywriter, you're not a coach, you're not a food influencer, you're not a makeup influencer, like, right? You don't have a brick and mortar business where it's like, hey, come in from 10 to whatever time of day, or come in for happy hour. And it's like, we've just kind of been left out in the cold, because I really think people don't understand, well, how do you do that, right? And I want to say this, maybe you feel like you don't need to post on social media and that's not part of your marketing plan, and that's fine. But I will say, if you're someone who's relying heavily on referrals, that referrals are risky. And the thing about referrals is they are fantastic, because when they hit, right? Like, let's not knock referrals. However, you can't influence them. You can't proactively go get referrals. Referrals is a very passive process where you have to sit back and wait for somebody to refer you, and then for the person that they refer you to have a need for your services and also be a good fit to be your ideal client, right? It doesn't allow you to proactively go after your business goals, your revenue goals, your income goals for your chef business. So inside of the guide that I created, Chef Social, there are are you ready for this? 400 different marketing prompts specifically for chefpreneurs, caterers, personal chefs, dinner parties, meal preppers, all that kind of stuff. And not a one of them is about sharing recipes or educational cooking content, and it's not about sharing your personal business, right? It's not about you needing to dance on the internet or catch trending audio, right? Or all these things that you've been taught. Here's the thing. You didn't become a chef to then become a content creator. You don't necessarily want to spend all your time on social media. You want to spend your time in the kitchen where you are an expert at that. Yes, you want to leverage social media to grow your business. You know that it's a fantastic tool. It's like, but you want to do what you need to do, and you want to get back to what you do best, right? And so I created it. Not only does it have the 400 prompts that are divided into a myriad of categories, but also I have a whole section about how you can use what you're doing every day in your business as your marketing content. So you don't have to go and create marketing content. You can capture what you're already doing day to day in your business and use that to market your services, right? So there's this whole thing on B-roll and B-roll best practices. Another thing, you may find yourself saying, I don't know what to say. Right? Like, well, what do I say besides book me, link in bio, right? I have a whole section in the guide that gives you tips on caption writing and gives you some caption writing formula and examples. Now, I kind of made the examples a little bit more generic so that, depending, everybody's business is different. So they're ready to be seasoned with your own flavor. You know what I'm saying? You got to add your own personality into them, right? But you're not starting from a blank page, right? And you're just like, I don't know what to do. Okay. So you've got the 400 plus marketing prompts. You've got the B-roll best practices. You've got caption writing formulas. Then I also included a section that walks you through how to optimize your social media profiles so that they're working on your behalf even when you're not posting, so that if somebody lands on your profile in the middle of the night, it can be working on your behalf using what I call a second website framework, right? And so I talk about all the things you want to make sure that you have on your profiles, and I do it by platform, right? So YouTube versus Instagram versus LinkedIn versus Facebook versus TikTok, right? Those are the sections that I broke it down by, and how to optimize your profiles to do some of the heavy lifting for you, because you may be out shopping, you may be out cooking for a client, right? You may want to rest, okay? And so you know, sometimes people don't even make it all the way to your website. You want them to, but you also want to be able to have your profile set up in such a way that they are working on your behalf, okay? Then I also included a very detailed section about some tools, some apps, some software, things like that, that as you grow in your marketing of your business journey, that you can look at these different tools and resources and see if they may be beneficial to you, right? So whether we're talking about like cameras and tripods, or we're talking about scheduling tools or graphic design, or all these kind of things. Now, you don't need those initially. All you need is a smartphone and probably a tripod to get started, and that can take you a very, very long way. You can roll with that for years and be super, super successful, right? So, but that's just a bonus section that's in there. And the way I set up the guide is like, I really want you to just be able to open the guide, pick the prompts you want for the month, figure out what your captions are going to be, use what you're doing every day in your business, throw that together and post it online with the goal of it bringing you more potential clients, right? I did not design this guide to grow your following. I designed this guide to grow your paying clientele. And there's a difference, right? If you just wanted to grow your following, go educational tips, cooking tutorials all day. If you want to grow your paying clientele, okay, this is the guide for you, right? And then I also put in the guide a mini content creation guide, just like, you know, from start to finish. Like, yes, you probably know how to do a reel or a post, but I'm talking about how to be a little bit more strategic with your marketing content creation, okay? All of this is in this guide. It's like 142 pages. Now, most of that is the over 400 marketing prompts, and they're divided up by different scenarios, right? So like there's prompts for when you launch like a new menu item. There's prompts for if you're having a live event. There's prompts where you can overcome people's objections before they even get on a call with you, or, you know, inquire about your services. There's so many prompts. I think there's like 25, maybe 20 to 25 categories of prompts that I have put into this guide, right? And so I just want you to be able to like market your business, grow your paying clientele, and be on your way, right? Be on about your day. Like, you don't necessarily need to become a marketing expert to get the marketing done and get the results that you want, right? So if you're curious about the social media marketing guide, go to thechefsocial.com. I will link it underneath this video. I will probably also put it as a pinned comment. It has all the details about the guide, and it's a digital download. It's an ebook. And I'm really excited about it. But let me know in the comments below, have you experienced any of those 5 signs that I talked about, where it's like you may be marketing your chef business incorrectly on social media? Are people asking for recipes? Are people asking for a cookbook, right? Are you posting a plate? Are you posting and ghosting? Are you posting and praying that people will book through, right? Are you sharing cooking videos and cooking tutorials and educational content because you didn't know what else to do? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what other questions you have about marketing your chef services, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.